We have to be clear on certain words and what they mean. Everything that we do is going to be enforceable not only by what we speak, but words that we have possibly done our due diligence on, or possibly words that we have overlooked. So we're going to look at the word sin. One of the synonymous words with sin is debt. So we look at the book of Proverbs, which is tell us it's proverb for action. Pro for, and then verb is an action word. So how do we walk? How do we act? When we look at God's words in the book of Proverbs, we can definitely see some extremely direct counsel. It says, "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not." Let's take it to the word, "My son, if debtors entice thee, consent thou not." So the world of legal operates with the concept of debtors, people who have no grace, no forgiveness, who are under legal binding debt obligation to a world that is opposite to Christ under grace. So therefore, when you involve yourself as being a citizen, a legal armed participant in their world, the surname is only part of it. That's just a tag to let them know you're in with your consent, but it also displays the fact that you are consenting to playing the debtor role, someone who is a sinner. So you're in with the sinners and you've been enticed into that sin. And it says in here, consent not to that. So God is telling you not to ever consent with anything that involves in a debtor arrangement. You are to owe no man anything but to love. So therefore, you never have to worry about borrowing love. You always have love. In the world of legal, you will always have to borrow more money, more legal activity availability in order to compensate for what you may have engaged yourself into. So the legal world is absolutely opposite to the spiritual, and we are not to consent to that. So therefore, when people are telling me, "Oh, I'm in the contract world of legal citizenship," and they're asking me to wear a mask, they're telling me it's mandatory to wear a mask to walk into a store of commerce to buy and sell. And I'm saying, well, you're already in the legal contract. You were told not to consent to a system that deals with debtors, sinners. So then why are you upset with the ramifications and the demands of something that's there? So when people tell me their charter rights are being violated, no, those are not absolute rights. Those are conditional rights upon those who actually write those man-made legal rights. And they did not give you absolute right to not consent. They gave you under conditions that they pose, and therefore they're saying that these are the rules and regulations of those that are in there. But there is no charter absolute right to not consent. It's not there. So be careful on the delusion when you start to mix your Christian faith under the supreme King of Kings and Lord of Lords who purchased you from that world, and then you start participating in that world and then believing that you have some kind of economic redemption. You have none. They will provide any economic redemption at their whim, but they will not allow you to dictate the rules to them. So they have the absolute contract right to make your life completely a debtor's hell, entering and involving yourself in any of their commercial world. And this is hopefully the wake up for Christian believers to exit and come out of her, my people.